From the Apopco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson here with Barry Tramel. It's time for our 5 in 5 segment. 5 topics in 5 minutes. Let's get right to it, Barry. What did you learn from signing day? It's over. What did you learn from it?
I had never done the math, but I learned that OU signed players from 11 different states.
Wow.
That's a lot of states. I don't know, were they trying to tour the country? I don't know what's going on. To me, it's a little bit of a concern. There's no right way to do it. There's no model for recruiting. Anything can work, but the Oklahoma-Texas stronghold that Oklahoma has built its national championship reputation on over 60 years, a little bit shaky with only 10 guys from Oklahoma and Texas combined. I think that's something to keep an eye on. Will this national scope of recruiting work for the Sooners?
Yeah. You know what I learned? Probably something I learn every year. I always kind of get cynical about signing day as it approaches. You know, there's so much hype. We feed into it because it's obviously a big deal to Oklahoma State, Oklahoma fans, high school football fans. We want to provide that. But then you remember something I actually saw yesterday reminded me of this. Aaron Rodgers put out on Twitter 10 years ago on his signing day, he signed with a community college. We know where Aaron Rodgers is now. So just because you sign with a big-time school doesn't mean you're going to be a star, and just because you don't doesn't mean you aren't. So I'm reminded of that and get a little cynical. But Barry, then I went to a couple of signing day ceremonies yesterday, and it's a big deal to those kids that are involved, their parents, their families, and you become less cynical about it. And it was a lot of fun to see the kids have a great time, their families enjoy it, and that really sort of made me less cynical yesterday during signing day. All right, let's get back to it. What about Kendrick Perkins, Barry? Is Kendrick going to be in a foul mood all year thanks to that dunk from Blake Griffin?
No, he's not. Kendrick Perkins is going to be in a foul mood all year thanks to whatever's kept him in a foul mood his whole life. Actually, I thought Kendrick was in a better mood Wednesday night in Dallas than he had been most games. He's smiling, and now he had his moments. He stared down James Harden after one of James's faux pas. But Kendrick seemed to be in a lighter mood. He's getting so many technicals. He's going to have to be careful. He says he's going to chill out. We'll see. Yeah. But, I think Kendrick Perkins is probably better equipped to handle that posterization courtesy of Blake Griffin than most players.
Yeah, you know what? And I heard something that he apparently said that he knows he's a big man. He's a guy in the paint. He's going to get dunked on from time to time. What he was more upset about was some of the stuff that other players were saying. Whether it was social network sites or the like, that talking about that dunk that he got dunked on. I think he may be madder at those guys than Blake Griffin. Hey, is that such a bad thing? Could the Thunder maybe just go ahead and say, hey, go ahead, be in a foul mood, Kendrick. It's all right. All right, let's talk a little Super Bowl here, Barry. Does Eli Manning need to win to reach the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees level? What do you think about that?
I think the answer is no. I think he's already there. I think he's one of the 5 or 6 elite quarterbacks in the NFL. I do think Eli needs to win to reach the historic level of multiple Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. But I think in terms of who's an elite quarterback in 2012 NFL, I think Eli Manning is already there.
I do too. And you know what? I think he sort of suffers from the same thing that Tom Coughlin does. Being in New York, being in that media market, everything isn't as good to the New York fans, to the New York press, as it is to the rest of us. I think they just look at things with a different eye, sort of like Philadelphia, the criticism, the critical nature of things. But, Aaron Rodgers, 1 Super Bowl win. Drew Brees, 1 Super Bowl win. These guys are great quarterbacks, but guess what? Eli Manning has 1 Super Bowl win too. That, to me, puts him up there. If he gets 2, I think it only adds to the stock that he's already building. All right, a little more Super Bowl, Barry. Who would you like to see as a Super Bowl halftime act? I can't wait to hear your answer to this question.
Well, I got an idea. I don't even know if they're all still alive. I think one of them may have died. But I'd love to see the Supremes. I'd love to see Diana Ross and the Supremes. I'd like to see somebody that can get up there and actually sing, for crying out loud. And let me tell you what Diana Ross can do. She can sing. Now, you got to love the NFL. I mean, this is a league that went into hypervulsion over that costume malfunction from Janet Jackson a few years ago. Who do they hire this year for the halftime act? Madonna. Listen, whatever happens, NFL, you can't claim any innocence. You were culpable in all of this. Give me the Supremes anytime.
I knew that would be a good answer. Okay, I'm just gonna be selfish and pick two bands that I love and would love to see perform anytime. That's Coldplay and Muse. And I'd probably pick Muse as the halftime act I'd most like to see. I've seen these guys in a big venue. Barry, you have no idea who they are.
I have no idea who Muse is.
I knew that was the case. That's all right. But in a big venue, these guys are spectacular. The guy, the lead singer, he wears like bedazzled jackets and glasses that light up. It'd be fantastic.
It sounds like Elton John in 1974.
Only better.
Oh, I don't know. I doubt that.
All right, lastly, surprise Super Bowl hero. Barry, who are you going to pick?
I am going to go with the big man, Brandon Jacobs. When Brandon Jacobs is healthy, he is a load. He's running downhill. He's hard to tackle. He's had his moments down the stretch. He's been banged up. The Giants also seem to love Ahmad Bradshaw for reasons I don't understand. If I was running a football team, as long as he's healthy, I'd run Brandon Jacobs 25 times. I think Brandon Jacobs may be the surprise Super Bowl hero.
You've got the Giants winning. I got the Patriots winning, so I got to pick a Patriot that's a surprise Super Bowl hero. I'm going to go with the local guy, Wes Welker. Everybody's talking about the tight ends for the Patriots, rightfully so. Fantastic duo. You got Gronkowski, though, that's a little bit dinged up. How that ankle's going to be, nobody knows. Just remember, folks, Wes Welker was the leading receiver in the NFL this year, caught more passes than anybody else in the NFL. This is a guy that he's been in big games. I think he's going to have a fantastic game. Everybody else is talking about all these other guys. I think Welker is the difference maker, surprise hero. I don't know, can you call the guy who's led the league in receptions 3 times in the last couple of years a surprise?
No, but I wasn't going to say anything.
But Brandon Jacobs is pretty good too. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.